Hello, hello, and welcome to the daily political tarot reading here on the Black and Orange channel. I am known as Autumn around here, and this is my co-host, the fuzzy and adorable Bailey Boo, Boo Boo Zen Kitty. He is a good boy. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Let me just have a look here, make sure you can see me all right. Okay, that's clear. All right, I'll even move my drink. Oh boy. Okay. You don't need that kind of close up on my the straw. Look at the straw, isn't it great? Hello everybody. All right, I will normally spend the first 10 or 15 minutes where I gather your questions out of the chat and just put basically anything in all caps in the chat is for me. Hello Becca. The talented and beautiful Becca from House of Lenormand is here. It's just an excellent day made even better. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Becca. Anything in all caps in the chat is really you're talking to me. And then other than that, just type normally, because people here are really friendly, for which I'm eternally grateful. So just you can talk amongst yourselves, and it cuts back on the confusion, because otherwise I end up sort of coming in the middle of conversations and just, what? It derails everything. So there's that. 10% of all income that comes into the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country, which is very much needed. If you are thinking about maybe starting your own little kind of self-employment kind of thing, consider being a 10% to charity company. It doesn't actually help me financially because I have an LLC and it flows through my personal tax returns, and I don't itemize, so I don't actually gain. I get no benefit from donating 10% to charity, but it's worth it. It's really worth it, and I believe very much in whatever I can do as I'm just moving through life. If I can just automatically be throwing off positive stuff to people in need, that's a good day. I order, because of where I live, I order a lot from Amazon, I'll be honest, and everything goes, I get a percentage of what Amazon's cut goes to the Best Friends Animal Society. Oh my gosh, Alexandra, thank you. Thank you so much. My goodness. Whew. Thank you. I even love the fuchsia color. Fuchsia is one of my favorite colors. So thank you so much. Okay. All right. We're doing something a little bit different today, and it's going to be on a timer. All right. Because I'm not going to let this derail everything. But we kept saying, I'm not the only one who kept saying, Trump is the worst president ever. And it was like, you know what? Oh my gosh, Mystical Marina. Thank you. Thank you. Goodness. Getting a little choked up here. Okay, trying to focus. Okay, is he really the worst president ever? I mean, we've had some yuck kind of people as president. So I thought, you know what? Let's just do one a day. 5 minutes. I've got a timer set up right here. 5-minute timer, and we'll just see. I want to do a reading. I want to just look at a couple of just basic facts. So that's there. All right, and I'll make this a little bit smaller, and I have random photos that show up on my desktop. I have it set up to be random stuff from like Unsplash and what have you. So if you see my desktop and you're like, who's that? I have no idea. Anyway. Okay. George. All right, we're going to start out with this. Okay, so you're going to have to excuse me just for a second here. I'm not going to be able to see Um, I'll get your question in just a minute, but for a second, I'm not going to be able to see the chat. I mean, I don't know how well you can see the screen, but you can see that I'm moving away from. Yeah, you can see I'm moving away from this. So I'm going to hit start and do this. We're going to see, was George Washington a worse president than Trump? It seems very unlikely, but let's give it a try because we're going to go through all of them. I mean, we're going to get to Harrison, and he was president for 31 days. You know, so something to keep in mind. Start. Okay, something to keep in mind about George Washington is he owned slaves, 371 of them. But for what it's worth, he did. It was saying right here that he did. He there's so much that he did. He was really he implemented a strong, well-financed national government while remaining impartial in a fierce rivalry between cabinet members Jefferson and Hamilton. He set enduring precedents, including the title of Mr. President. His farewell address is widely regarded as a preeminent statement on republicanism. He owned slaves. And he said in order to preserve national unity, he supported measures passed by Congress to protect slavery. He later became troubled with the institution of slavery and freed his slaves in his 1799 will, or in a 1799 will. He endeavored to assimilate Native Americans into Anglo-American culture, whatever form that took. He was a member of the Anglican Church and the Freemasons, and he urged broad religious freedom in his roles as general and president. Upon his death, he was eulogized as first in war, first in peace, first in the hearts of his countrymen. And many scholars and polls rank him among the greatest U.S. presidents. Okay, so that was George Washington, our very first president. We have 3 minutes left. Let's see. I've read on George Washington before, and he was a great man. But just between us, I didn't say that, but just between us, not a whole great big sense of humor. I expected him to be, really charismatic, like Lincoln or Clinton or, but yeah, it's not what I'm getting. He was a great man, very smart, very inspiring, but kind of stodgy, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. So, was George Washington, our first president, why am I even putting cards down, a better president than our current 45th president, Donald J. Trump? Well, he was the first, and we adore him. This is emotional overflow. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. What I'm getting is, Washington crossing the Delaware is really, really famous painting. And, but he owned 371 slaves. I agree, Renee. He did free them in his will, but he had a lot. It says here that this overflowing emotion, he really was beloved. His focus was on creating the country and on freedom. And he was not a perfect person. I'm not saying that, but as a president, that's the big failing, and that's where it ends. That's the big exception right there. His decision to support human beings owning other human beings. That's that's the problem. We're not minimizing that. I'm not saying that didn't happen. That is disgusting. But he did, for what it's worth, as a president, he unified the country in a way that and it was terrifying. And he fought and he put his life on the line. And he was, um, there was such chaos and anger and, um, I'm out of time now with my 5 minutes, but I'm not saying he was a good. I'm not saying he was a good person. I'm not saying he was a perfect person. What this is, was he a better president than Donald Trump? That's the question. Okay, and we're going to go through all of the presidents. We're going to go through all 44. We're going from here until the middle of October every day. So, was he better than Trump? If you switch them in time, does anyone think he was a somber person, Alexandra? Does anyone think Trump would not be a slave owner? If you switch them in time, does anyone think Trump wouldn't be a slave owner? So this is going to be the issue. This is going to be the issue that's going to. Oh, Asantewa, you think he wouldn't be? Okay, okay. No, no if you believe that he wouldn't, then I'm open to. I'm not attacking anybody who says that. No, I don't think he would. I would love to know your thinking, um, because I want to yes, he would. Okay. Yes, he would. Okay. But if anybody thinks something different, this is not just an echo chamber of you have to believe what I believe. No, 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 that isn't how this works. So he put his life on the line for the revolution. Rob saying 45 likely would not grant freedom to his slaves in his will, and I agree. And Washington very much put his life on the line, very much, for the sake of the country, for the sake of something bigger than himself. So while this is disgusting, I think he was a better president than Trump. That's my opinion. If you think, um, differently, I would love to know your thinking, because and if this is upset you, I am sorry for that. I'm not trying to upset people. I'm trying to go through and have a serious, brief but serious discussion about time limited discussion, hopefully. Um, hello, cuteness. Oh, are you tired? Are you tired? About, we keep saying Trump's the worst president ever. Well, let's look at him. So tomorrow, we'll look at Adams. Kathy Anderson, Trump will never put his life on the line. Exactly. Trump got all those deferments. Wondering us, Washington over Trump, in my humble opinion. I agree. Hieroglyphic, Washington fought against foreign interference. Yep. Good kid. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Adam's wife Abigail was the bomb. Oh yeah, they had the major. We'll talk about that tomorrow. They had the major love affair, and it's actually quite sweet. So not even close. Washington was way better than Trump. Okay, well, I think was he a better man? Debatable. It's the slavery. That's what is like. But the question is, was he a better president? And I think it's pretty. Nancy says Washington declined an offer to be king. And if he hadn't, this new country would have traded one king for another. I agree. I believe that Washington was a better president than Trump. That is my opinion. We're just getting started. Tomorrow we'll do it again. So, yep, I've got all the covers made through the 16th. Just gotta. It's kind of annoying. It's a bit of a housekeeping thing. The only way I can get the live stream set up ahead of time so it'll work on my phone is I have to do them one by one by one, the next by the next. I've got to do each one, fill out each title separately, fill out each thing. It's really annoying. There should be a way to automate that, but there isn't. Not on the phone, so it's annoying. It takes a long time, but I'll get those up soon, and they will be set through the 16th. So there we are. All right. So Martha brought her slaves over when she married George. Laws of the time stated he could not free her slaves, only his own. Oh gosh. Acentua, he also refused to run for a third term. Rather forcefully and vociferously, as I remember, he slammed his wrist down on the desk. Nice. Alexandra, could we safely say all presidents were good and bad except this one? 45 was consistently bad. I don't know. There were a couple we're going to get to. Especially you start getting on either side of you start looking around on either side of Lincoln. Ooh, man. Yeah. Not going to be so great. But we're going to look. I'm not just going to say every day Trump's our worst president ever. I'm going to look at each one of them. Anyway. Okay, hopefully, definitely not Andrew Jackson. Yeah, but definitely we will get to. Like I said, I wanted to limit the time on this. So this is our first day. We're just getting the hang of it. Hopefully, it won't suck up too much, or I'll set maybe a 10-minute timer and it'll be a firm like no more than period. We're done. Okay. Anyway, but okay, so I'm looking for anything in all caps. And thank you again, Alexandra and Mystical Marina. Thank you. Okay, Ricky's asking, will Trump be met by protesters when he goes to Kenosha? Some. Oh, by the way, I also made a graphic this morning because the number one, if you haven't seen on my community page, the number one trending topic on Twitter this morning was Trump stroke. So, it's because of the book that comes out today. And Michael Schmidt, I believe it is, who's as opposed to Steve Schmidt. They're very different people, but both fighting the good fight. I'll just put Washington here for a moment. So I had a look about the book says that They still don't know why. But when Trump went to Walter Reed, Pence was put on notice that he might have to take the oath of office for the time because Trump might need general anesthesia. It turns out he didn't, but there was a possibility, and nobody knows why that happened. So I had a look. It's like, okay, is this guy about to, is Trump, is he about to keel over? And I don't wish death on anybody. I don't want him to die. Yeah, I actually forgot how many of our presidents actually died while in office. It was like, really? Oh, okay. Um, yeah, not good. Not good. Even just a regular, catch a cold and come down with pneumonia and pass away, peacefully. There's all of this tumult and the vice president becomes president, but then for all that time the vice presidency was left open for years at a time, and so then you get, who's gonna be the tiebreaker in the Senate, and and on and on, and it's like, woof, yeah. So anyway, but I've got the question there. So um, I had a look, and you can go over there and have a if you're interested. So that's there. What's going on with Lindsey Graham, Janice? Why are you asking about Lindsey Graham? What's going? What makes you curious? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, Liz is asking: is Trump putting people in these cities to create looting and riots? His followers are doing it for him. I don't think he's doing anything like that. He's just generally fanning the flames. And how the president speaks has a huge effect on what happens. And instead of calming everybody down like you're supposed to, the president's supposed to go into areas that are horrible like that and destructive and say, everybody be calm here. Everybody, you know, let's work for justice, and let's sit down and talk. And that's what that's kind of presidency 101. That's your job. But of course Trump's not doing that. He's like throwing logs on that fire, which is really stupid because I studied French Revolution history, and during I don't have a high school diploma. I have British A levels, and the two topics in history A levels, I had to study Tudor England and French Revolution history. And yeah, so I know all about what happens when, for political reasons, people of one class, really kind of the party of their time, when they stoke up the common person, as it were, to try to gain political power. You fuel this fire, you end up with, these are the people who end up, facing the guillotine. So, but there he is, just throwing the logs on because he thinks it benefits him, and he gets a kick out of it. He really does. He gets a kick out of seeing violence. I've always gotten that from him. So, all right. Okay. All right, I'm looking for anything in all caps. Steve, hey Steve, been missing most of the last few reads. Even when I posted, may have been answered. Biden's electoral college margin, close or comfortable or blowout? I haven't looked at that in a while. Let's add that to the list here. Okay. Okay. And still looking, still looking. Make sure I get your questions. Oh, I saw a wow. Why did I see a wow? Sorry. Sorry, that just randomly fell out of my ear. I'm sorry. Did I disturb the kitten? I'm so sorry. Did I disturb that good boy? I'm sorry. You're so good. You're so good. Good, good boy. Okay. Um, okay, wow. Okay, that was the wow. Okay, so I know where I am now. YouTube's like, here have the rest of the comments all at once and kick me down at the end. Like, whoa. Um, KD, Moonchild's World. Will there be another bad spike in the virus after Labor Day? Yes. Yes. And I'm sorry if I sound frustrated. I'm frustrated with the situation every day. Every day I'm frustrated with the situation. There's no vaccine. And people are doing dumb stuff. And our president and the administration in power have just completely blown apart all kind of decency of taking care of the American people for their potential, what Kushner and his infinite stupidity thought would be some kind of political gain. And every time there are gatherings, every time there's a holiday, every time this is going to keep happening over and over and over. It's the same. And I'm not even setting my energy up to like, okay, I'm going to check in with like what I believe are my guides. It's like, no, I'm not even going to because it's always the same. It's a bullhorn. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. Wipe down your groceries, stay inside. You get a package, wipe it down. You can answer the door, put on a mask, use gloves. Same thing, same thing. And this is just how we have to live until they have a vaccine. It's very straightforward. It's going to be awful. It is awful. And I absolutely despise Trump and all of the denizens of hell that he has put in power. That's my opinion. Aren't you glad you asked? Okay, sorry. Paul, hey, did Robert Trump die from? I read on that a couple days ago. It'll be in the timestamps if you want all the gory details. I just got about as many cup cards as you can imagine, like all crammed together. That basically it was he drowned in his lungs. So heart failure can cause uh, the lung to fill with fluids, but what's happening right now with the illness, um, it's really it's your lungs. It's the lungs that just take you out. So it looks like it, but will we ever know? Catherine, hey Catherine. There were 40 plus FBI counterintelligence agents in Mueller's office, but there was no report of what these agents were investigating. They Okay, let me see, because last night, right on Rachel, I hope, did you guys see Rachel Maddow last night? It was really good. It often is, but it was really good, where basically Rod Rosenstein, I think it's Rosenstein. He succeeded in splitting the counterintelligence investigation of Trump off from what Mueller was doing. So Mueller never looked into, is Donald Trump basically a foreign agent or acting as a foreign agent? And so they sent all this information to the FBI. And McCabe was very proud that he opened an investigation. But he did it kind of as he was leaving, and it was basically scuttled. So nobody has looked into whether or not Donald Trump what financial ties he has to Russia. Is he basically a Russian agent? Nobody's looked at it. Not Mueller, not the FBI, not nobody. It's very frustrating. So definitely want to look at that. So yeah, these jerks have been much more successful than you would think. Ricky, Autumn, rephrasing of the question, will Trump confront the protesters in Kenosha? Directly, he's a coward. Like most bullies, he is just he's an absolute coward. Will he tweet at them? Will he tweet at them in all caps? Yes, probably. Will he bravely go out and face riled up people? Heck no. Anyway, that's my opinion. I'm getting riled up myself. Is he going to Wisconsin? I heard he was. I don't know. I thought he was. Is there been something something I have not heard? Which is very possible. Catherine, is there an ongoing investigation or has an extra investigation been stopped by Barr? Oh, definitely some of that going on. But let's have a look. Will Trump's visit to Kenosha be a failure? All right, so let me. Okay, so it seems like kind of the big thing today is the let's look at Kenosha, and then let's look at then let's look at the counterintelligence. So, okay, I'm just going to stop right there because this will take me a minute, and then I'll get your other questions. And if I don't acknowledge you or I don't answer your question, it's never anything personal. It really isn't. I've got to go by my intuition. I've also got time constraints, and of course I'm sucking up some of that time looking at previous presidents. But I thought it was important, and it's nice to have a good refresher because I mean, it's quite possible you're not, but you know, it's been decades since I had to. I studied presidents, decades, and I don't. I'm even learning some things. It's like even just on skimming the surface, it's like oh okay, you know. It'll be interesting when we get to Andrew Jackson, as I'm shuffling here. It'll be interesting when we get to Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson, who was a worse president, Andrew Jackson or Donald Trump? Is Stephen Miller going to be in trouble? Gosh, I hope so. Maria, I hope so. Let me read on these couple of things, and then I'll get some more questions. I'll get some more questions. But oh my gosh, that that blanky blank of blanket. Oh, I could swear my head off just thinking about Stephen Miller. 34, Kenosha. Oh, okay, 34, Trump and the protestors. Gene, everyone thought someone else was bringing the birthday cake, but no cake. That's a great way to explain it, yeah. Oh, Dave got a new tarot deck yesterday. Smith-Waite Centennial Edition, smaller than playing cards. So got a small crystal skull as well. Oh, there you go. Smaller. Yeah, I've got a mini deck, and it's one day I thought I was going to be stuck somewhere, and it was like, you know what? If I have to just, you know, turn on the cellular data package on my phone and burn through it, and you know, you might have been in a car in a parking lot somewhere with my mini cards trying to cobble together a live stream, but basically they kind of sit in my purse. That's about it. Anyway. MSNBC does have audio available for free. Yeah, on their website. Yep. Oh, Tinker Mouse. I picked up the Halloween Tarot because of this channel. I just got it today. Love it. I am so glad. I am so glad. All right. Just hit 35. Let's do this thing. Kenosha, Trump versus Kenosha. All right. Let me reach my energy out. Let me reach my energy out. Okay. Sit up straight and he's a very small. I'm just being drawn to turn the deck over. He's a very small man. This is the messenger. He's a very small man with a message of the same kind of message that small, pathetic worms have. Of yeah, he feels like this big. It's pathetic. All right, Trump and Kenosha. I pulled some cards on this the other day, I think, and basically it was don't take the bait. It was the upshot of what I was getting. Ooh, 3, 4, 5. Proud state of Wisconsin. Even if it is the home of Ron. Ugh. There needs to be some equality. There needs to be some some decency, some justice. Okay. 9 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 4 of Swords. It's gonna be this is my quiet as a tomb card, just quiet. Ace of Swords. That's a sword of truth, actually. Against a sword of truth against corruption and evil. You know, Trump is trying to say that he wouldn't say anything negative about that 17-year-old shooter. They asked him about it. He didn't condemn him. He didn't. In fact, I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something that wasn't. It's like, eh. It's just appalling. So I think they were very reasonable. This is Democrats, and they're very peacefully because he's sitting with his arms crossed. This is peacefully protesting. This can be like a sit-in. Like protesting can be walking or it can be sitting. You know, protesting is protesting. This is peaceful protests, and there was a whole lot that came against them. And this is just actually going to make, no matter what. Kellyanne Conway literally came out, was it yesterday or was it the day before, and she said that that chaos and violence help Trump's campaign. Unbelievable. Wrong. What's happening, Biden coming out and speaking like a president against Trump's corruption, against all this, the violence, the cruelty, against all of that. This helps Biden. But what I've got in the center is kind of what I was getting the other day, which is quiet as a tomb. They're not going to take the bait. Trump is trying. He's setting bait. He's trying to cause more violence. He thinks it helps him, and he literally gets a thrill. Renee's saying he sent out a call for more violence. I'm not surprised. He literally, I can feel it. I don't think you need to have any kind of, you know, psychic anything he gets a thrill out of violence. So, and it feels like there isn't even much more to read on with this. It's just, it's not gonna, it's gonna help Biden more than it helps him. The whole situation. I wish everyone would stay home and thwart the plan, Renee. I agree, actually. Oh, the line from Game of Thrones, chaos is a ladder. Yeah. Yep. Okay. They think this is a good plan. This is not a good plan. Ten of Cups, Knight of Cups, burden. And then Biden comes out there and he's like, remember when I was vice president? Remember when presidents came out? Even the whole time I've been in office, when as much as we have despised some of the presidents we've had, but in times of violence, remember how they all came out and said, "Calm, everybody, be calm." Those were the good old days. That's America actually being great. And this is Biden coming forward. Let us all drink together. Let's find peace. It's a burden. It's hard. It's let's look at the problems. Let's make the hard decisions. I mean, this is presidential. This helps Biden. Whereas Trump's all about the underhanded, secret, and it's going to lead to his heartbreak. So, yeah, that's Kenosha. Harris spoke with Blake's family days ago. Interesting, Teresa. Thank you. I think Biden's going to be there tomorrow. Yeah, and I bet he'll sound presidential. Gene, I'm getting so emotional. I want to cry for the whole world. I hear you, Gene, but we're going to be okay. We're going to get through this. We are, we are, we are. We are, we are. Um, and I guess that's also part of why I wanted to spend a little time each day on our previous presidents is also, just coming to facing our past, which is not sweetness and light. And this idea of make America great again. I'm sorry. When was it great that women didn't get the right to vote until 1920, and for uh, African American women, it was more like the mid 60s, if that. But there's nothing great about that. Well, the way we've treated the Native Americans, the fact that we had slaves for so long, had slaves at all. There's make America great again. What the heck are you talking about? Where you know gay men were, yeah, I won't go into the things that were done to them, and it's just no, no. We're bringing the sword of truth here, and the kitty cuteness. Yes, we're bringing the kitty cuteness. That was a big stretch. That was a great big stretch. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, she's so soft. You're so soft. Yes, you are a good boy. You're so good. Doll. Okay. Um. So I'm just trying to soak up some of this good energy. All right. So what we need to read on now is the whole counterintelligence thing with Trump, which is one of the other reasons I'm trying to soak up good energy here. Oh my gosh. Doll. Um. Now Trumpy's campaign is make America great again, again. Yeah, Pence even said that. It's like, oh yeah, that's yeah. All right, where are we? We are at almost 45. Okay, we're not gonna have that many questions. We're just not. All right, 45. Okay, so Trump counterintelligence. Shields up on him. Exactly, Catherine. I like that. Delay of tax records. What? Maritza, what is that? What's going on with the tax records? I thought there wasn't going to be. Aren't they arguing that today? Anybody heard anything about Cy Vance? Isn't that argument supposed to be today? All right, Trump counterintelligence. Oh, I went to shuffle and the cards just wouldn't connect. They just held them like I normally do and they just didn't connect. It's like, oh, heartbreaking. Hello, Ian. Hello, everybody. Has anybody heard anything about the Cy Vance, the arguments? Because um, didn't they appeal something? Trump's trying to appeal something so he doesn't have to turn over records to the grand jury. Isn't that today? Okay. Counterintelligence. The good kitty. Oh, good kitten. You are just a good kitten. Are you stuck? Do you need some help? Oh, hang on. Let me help you. I'm trying to help. There you go. There you go. Just a good kitty. Ugh. Ace of Swords. Okay. Maritza, tax delay until lower court hears the case later this month. Viola. Federal appeals court on Tuesday blocked a New York prosecutor from obtaining Donald Trump's tax returns while the president's lawyers fight a subpoena seeking the records. They just ruled. Rob is saying. Second Circuit has granted Trump's request to block the DA subpoena until 9/25. Okay. We're looking at that next. Wendy, will Trump be indicted before Election Day? I've been getting that he will be, but that's infuriating. Okay. Suspicious of Vance, Teresa saying. 45 bought him out years ago for campaign money when there was an issue, clear issue in New York about real estate law. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Ricky's saying this has gotten ridiculous. If the moron has nothing to hide, show the tax returns. It is. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but we'll read on that next. Right now we're looking at right now we're looking at the counterintelligence thing, and we're at 49 and a bit. Okay. I'll just do 50. Oh, okay. He's just cleaning his leg now. All right. Justice delayed is justice denied. Okay. Counterintelligence. Well, I'm getting Pelosi for the reading, and I don't know why. It's not that she's been a font of effectiveness, but at least she's something. But anyway, Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yeah, it was scuttled. This is all this is saying. The thing was scuttled. There's that could be Rosenstein. I don't know when he was born or anything. Like telling Mueller, "Oh no, it's all right. We'll move this from you over to the FBI or what have you." This is all of the Republicans working together this is a thief card and a secrets card, to take it, to steal this investigation and bury it. That's all this is getting. Okay. So, but I am getting Pelosi here on top of institutions, her place in Congress. So does that mean nothing's going to happen? We're not going to know? Because we're running out of time for there to be a decent investigation, a decent... I thought Bannon was arrested ages ago. I thought Bannon was arrested ages ago, and then he got out on bail, like $5 million bail or something. Anyway, all right. So what's going to happen? Is there's going to be some kind of more? What's going to happen? We're running out of time. Oh, Trump knows what he's saying. I'm going to respectfully, very respectfully, disagree with you there. Where Frida Smet, you said, I don't understand. Trump understands what he's talking about. Maybe he doesn't. I don't. Trump is fully aware of what he's doing. All right. So the counterintelligence investigations of Trump. Yeah, maybe somebody should make a decision. I need to calm down. We are going to get through this. We are. It's frustrating. I totally understand how frustrating this is. We're going to get through it. We're going to get through it together. You know, I'm feeling particularly blessed that we have these great, for example, Australian readers who are willing to read on all things Trump and all things American, because I think they have an emotional, they're able to take a step back emotionally that I don't know that I'm able to do. I don't think it affects my reading per se. But I have to fight to stay calm because I get so frustrated with all this energy, and I'm in it every single day. But we're going to get through this, and we're going to vote. We're going to vote, right? Voting. There aren't, as far as I'm aware, there are no children on this channel. This is not a channel that children watch. So, I hear you, Linda. I'll have a look too. Canadians too. Yes, I'm saying, for example, the Australians. Ricky, pet the kitty. Yes, he just went to eat. Thank you. Thank you, Jean. Okay, so what's going to happen now? A decision to, I don't know, maybe use that institution to look at if Trump's corrupt. Yeah, because nothing has happened, and the fool has had his way. Four of Wands, Four of Pentacles. It's interesting. I would have assumed I would get like investigators or something like that. But what I'm getting is this is what's happened in the past, fine. But in the center and right next to it, what I'm getting is like Trump being financially pinched. It's like a narrow like the ceiling sloped down. The ground stays the same. The ceiling is sloping down. It's financially it's just getting pinched and pinched and pinched, and then he can't stop everything coming to light. And everything does come to light, but does it come to light too late? Stand outside on the ground. Oh, I understand. Yeah, we're going to get through this. We are. Like I said, I find myself getting frustrated, and then it's like, okay, well, need to calm down. Need to calm down. Might need to work some cocoa into my calories today. Thank you, Michelle. All right, does this happen in a timely fashion, or is it too late? Evidence. There's evidence. Okay. Institutions holding still. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm trying to reach out for this energy. You know how I just said I'm grateful to readers from outside the US? For example, the Australians. Isn't the Australians, didn't they're the ones who, like Papadopoulos is that him? Got drunk and blabbed to a Australian diplomat or something, and it ended up working its way back through. Trump has stuff all over the world. Other countries have done, there are other countries who have done counterintelligence investigations on Trump. If somebody opens a counterintelligence investigation on Trump, I don't think they're going to have to start from scratch. But it would from our allies, like the UK, our closest allies, UK, Australia. But I'm getting, that's a communication. This is our institutions holding still, but this is communication. This is the card of communication, and he's holding a globe. Catherine saying Australia refused Trump opening casino here because of his mob ties. Star. Corruption. Temperate. Movement. Major arcana. There are already files. Okay, so are they going to, oh, it started raining. It's kind of dark here today. just started raining. Um, so are other countries going to, I don't know, you'd almost have to like go to talk directly to Pelosi. Wasn't I getting her card a minute ago? Are other countries going to step forward with counterintelligence information about Trump? Credible, close, a little bit. They have a little bit of information about his victory and evidence. This is a disconnect. This is disconnected. Why is there's evidence about Trump's victory, but then I've got like Biden over here, but it's like disconnected. Maybe it's just them Republicans trying to throw up chaff about Hunter Biden. So is that where? So okay, so that would be useful, but just so what's going to happen here with counterintelligence investigation about Trump? Is there going to be one? Is there going to be one soon? Are we going to have to wait? That is the card of lots and lots coming against Trump. Okay. Quit promising me that, yeah, and I think this is kind of where we are. Quit promising me that you have the dirt on him. Quit promising me that you're going to be able to do something. Do it. Then I'll be excited. Then I'll be very excited. It's going to come down to his money that's going to, yeah, his corruption, his money. A weed of crime that bears bitter fruit. Overseas. How he's made his money overseas. Okay, but is that just like, oh, that's what should happen, or is that what's going to happen? Because I don't want to delude myself and say, yes, that's what's going to happen. I have 180 people watching this and more who watch regularly, and I want to give you guys good information. And I don't want to give you false nonsense. Yes, I know I'm a card reader on YouTube, but seriously, I really am doing the best I can here, and like I want to give you the best I have to offer. Messenger. This reminds me of that scene. I didn't watch the movie, but there was a movie made within the last few years about the paperwork against Nixon, and basically to get it to Congress, one guy basically got on a plane, he bought 2 tickets, got on a plane, put the box in the other seat, box of paper, and just took a commercial flight to Washington D.C. and went to Congress and said, here. And then someone read the stuff on the floor of the House or Senate. I'm sorry, I don't remember the details. Hello, sweetie. Hello, Squeaker Bunny. Do you want some help getting back up? Is that how this works now? Oh, come here. Well, I know you have fresh food, and I know you have fresh TREATS, and I know you've had your half and half this morning. So I know you're okay. And so is your brother. Good boy. What do you think? All right, so, doll, you're so good. This is kind of Christopher Steele-ish. Talking to his, hi. You're nuts. Oh, okay, now we're going down. Sweetie, I know it's warm there, and know you like being in the center of things, but I can't actually see the about the Emperor. This is Christopher Steelish with the Emperor, and you're a nut. I love you. All right, someone's standing up and taking action. Someone is going to stand up and take action. Okay, and it's you know, look, if you want to go, if you know, life is short, and if you want to go down in history as a hero, and you have any opportunity to stand up and take action, to get information about Trump, to put it out in the public, to prove his corruption, to prove what a how much why he's been so influenced by Russia, why whatever. Your name is going to be celebrated throughout the future of American history. But this feels Christopher Steelish because of Trump. Somebody is going to step forward. Okay. All right. I need to dig my cards out. Hello, sweetie. I know it's annoying you, but I need my cards. And that really isn't a great place for you to lay. Well, I need my cards, sweetheart. Oh, look, it's suggesting a comedian, honest trailers. Ah, there we go. I hope I have all my cards. Anyway. JT, Booze and Kitty doing a reading for us. Trump is evil, cat treats, and half are the best. Catherine, Amy from Truth Warrior Tarot was picking up steel last week. Isn't that interesting? Oh, Deb saying Booze and Kitty, I love you. You are loved, you little fuzzhead. Yes, Ricky. He does want me to be positive. That's right, on November 3rd. Vote, vote, vote. Vote sooner if you can. Okay. 68. All right, let's read on. Okay. They just ruled Second Circuit has granted Trump's request to block the subpoenas until September 25th. Okay. You know, when I was growing up, I always had this feeling that I was here. Well, I was here for various reasons. Felt like I was here to help my mom. I was here because it's an honor to be alive. Sorry, I'm just talking as I'm shuffling. That when there's a potential opening for a higher self to incarnate, it's like a celebration, and that's for all of us. And I also always felt, strangest thing, I felt like I was waiting for technology or something like this, and I felt like I was here to witness something. If there was something specific about what would happen during my lifetime where I would be fortunate to witness it, or it needed to be witnessed. It didn't make any sense to me. Um, I've also had a lot of weird past life stuff crop up during my lifetime. So I'm trying to remember that now. That this is, I guess this is what my soul knew was going to happen. And that I would be in a position, I would be fortunate enough, blessed enough to be in a position where I could go live to people every day and talk about our better natures, talk about at least how I see about where we come from. So, okay. So here we are to witness. So today we're witnessing Second Circuit granted Trump's request to block the subpoenas until September 25th. What is September 25th? What's happening September 25th? Does anybody know? Why then? Some other hearing, some other case, I'm guessing, but I don't know that. Does anybody know the details? Five days before Catherine's birthday. Well, that is important. No, seriously. All right, I'm just going to read on this. Being delayed. Catherine saying, I'm hoping that something breaks before then for all of you. 2020's been so hard. Thank you, Catherine. See, more positive energy from Australia. Thank you. Ricky, well, except for a few celebrities having birthdays. Yeah, but you're more important. Well, let's put it this way. You're equally important. Celebrities are just people we see more of. Physically, just like, oh yeah, I can physically see that person. But you know, and back in the day, they worked out that the average person, you know, met a grand total of 150 people in their entire lives. And that's kind of how we're still hardwired for. So we see celebrities, we see them so much that we're hardwired to, oh, this must be someone my clan interacts with on a regular basis. You know, it's taking advantage of that part of our brains that hasn't evolved yet. But it doesn't mean that they're better. So Well, all right. The card for the reading I'm getting. Yes, Squeaker Bunny. I keep picking you up and putting you up here, and then you jumped out. Oh, were you having something to eat? Was that what was going on here? Come here. Oh, alley-oop. There you go. Well, for what it's worth, hi. I'm getting Democrats celebrating. Hi. And I'm getting look at the pumpkins. Look at the pumpkin in the bottom. Being drawn to the pumpkin. Democrats celebrating and a pumpkin. Not on the computer. There you go. It's worth. Wheel of Fortune. Temperance. Be calm. It's just a matter of time. There will be little bits, but then someone does take action. This part of the reading's clear. Pumpkin, October surprise, could be John. It's what I'm being drawn to. Democrats celebrating, and there's a pumpkin, which is we traditionally associate with October. Matter of time. Be calm. Major Arcana. Big message. If there's a message today, that's our message. That's their message to us. It's a matter of time. Be calm. It's like, okay. We're going to get a little bit. All right. But what's this? Hi. You are being very sweet, but I really do need to finish this reading, and then I'll stop. Then I'll stop. Well, you are the cutie. Big old sweetie. Yes, you are. You sit on my lap? You're welcome to sit on my lap. Yes, you are. Move your toes. Oh. Oh, okay. Scritch, scritch, scritch. Yes. Oh, you sweetie. It's been a matter of time for 3 more years, I know. Oh, brush this. I know, Pammy. It's so frustrating. I understand. Let's see here. So what's going to happen with this delayed even ruling about the release? What's going to happen about this delayed ruling and release? And the card for the reading is the Death card. Oh. Corruption, disappointment, Tower, quiet as a tomb, studying records, studying carefully, forensic accounting. That's forensic accounting right there. The center of the reading is the Tower. Corruption and disappointment. But studying records. Okay. Hello, cutie. No, precious. Good kitty. It's alright. He's making biscuits on my lap. Making biscuits. Kneading biscuits, yes. All right. Ruling on the grand jury getting information. And after this, I have to clean up the timestamp and fix the cover and all that normal stuff, but which takes time. But I want to look up more about this to see how much information I can get. All right. Sword of truth. All right, for what it's worth, guys, this is the message I'm getting. It's a matter of time. Be calm. The sword of truth is coming. That's what I'm getting. That there's all kinds of corruption. We are disappointed because we feel like we're just standing in the middle between all the corruption and what should be the downfall of the Trump administration, or Trump himself, Trump org, what have you. It feels like we're standing in the middle of it, and it's not having an effect, which is upsetting. But this is someone studying. This is studying records. This is going through records. Knight of Cups, Sun, Knight of Swords. It's going to lead. That's Trump. That's Mar-a-Lago. It's the card I get from Mar-a-Lago. And Trump with all the political swords in his back, and they cut deep. And this is Biden and Harris stepping forward into the light, showing a better way. It's traditionally investigators, active investigators. And the sword's cutting into Trump's back. So I know, we've been told, be patient, be patient, be patient. And it's very frustrating. I am with you on that. But we do have Cohen's book coming out in a week's time. So, all right. I'm going to pull 3 cards, just kind of, what do they want to tell us? They are a crime family, Tammy. I agree. Good king. Hermit, King of Cups. I've got Biden right in the middle. I've got quiet and then decision. This is a very peaceful lead up to an election. That there is a peaceful path. And the Republicans coming up short. Matter of fact, it's right on top of the death card. Republicans coming up short. It's the miser. Or I get cups for Democrats and pentacles for Republicans. So hang in there. All right, there is a peaceful path to walk. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk the peaceful path. We're going to contact our representatives and tell them exactly what we think in a peaceful manner. And because that's how democracy works. And we are Democrats. And we believe in democracy. Even if the other side doesn't. Anyway, all right, guys, have a great day. I will be back tomorrow. I will be back every day. I'm here every single day of the year. So, and other than when I had a real emergency, and I missed 5 days. Other than that, I've been here every day since the day after Christmas. So, Jason, Hey, Autumn, I was wondering what you think about Michael Moore predicting another win for Dum Dum. Um, I said this yesterday, I think. Basically, do not listen to him. He he said that he predicted that Mitt Romney, Mittens, was going to be president. He predicted that Trump was going to be president. He's predicting Trump's going to be president again. He's a fatalist. He's a fatalist. And us. I don't know if it's just a stopped clock is right twice a day, but he's a fatalist. Don't listen to him. All right. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it together. Hang in there. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.